What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the red color, playing as Gaia. His name is Miracle. His opponent today in the Ra color, playing as blue. His name is ChronoJJ, and yes, I did say it in the wrong order, but I felt like I stuffed it up enough that I just continue anyways with that one there. Alrighty, guys. Game number 2. 1 win for Miracle. It's a best of 3. This match means everything for ChronoJJ. Everything for Miracle. The ego boost would be gigantic. First game going the wayside of Miracle with his Uranus play. Almost losing it though. Game number 2 with Gaia. Might see it being just a little bit different. Who knows? Gaia, one of the more strong gods against Ra, I would say, given her incredibly strong economy in order to compete with Ra's economy. And then also the unit compositions of which Gaia can come up with really counter the Ra's unit compositions. So we'll see what Miracle's going to be going for here. We do see an early wood villager. And I think that all of the Gaia builds are always very, very interesting because you can just go absolute standard with Gaia, just go 2 food, 1 wood, 1 gold. But you can do things like put villagers straight onto wood instead of going onto gold and getting yourself a lot of just putting villagers in different places, different areas. We are seeing actually it's a very standard build here for Miracle. I told a lie. He's eating his Auroch. He's moved forward to his deer. But there are a lot of really interesting things you can do with Gaia. Now, this map here, one thing you're going to have to notice here quite early, when you look at the mini-map, you can see the little gray bars down the side. This means that it's a shorter map. And then not only that, we aren't seeing both players being spawned in the corners of this map. They're more spawned towards the middle, which means both players are very, very close to each other, which in turn means if we open this map up a little bit, we don't get the spawn that I was hoping for. Sometimes what happens here is you get this really confusing map where you don't know which third town center is yours. It's effectively equal distance. Both town centers are equal distance from your home town center to your third town center to your opponent's third town center. And that can be I can make for very, very exciting games here. As Chrono is eating up his Auroch over here, getting his temple down, already has his monument down, house is coming down, looking to make a random house here for some reason. He's already got himself some wood income over on that location there. Miracle throwing up temple, economic guild. This is something that Gaia players are very used to doing because of villager rushes killing them so often. Though Ra's villager rush is really not that good, you can do it a little bit later. I think that one thing that players don't do enough of and is incredibly strong is a shifting sands kind of timing attack, in that you shifting sands your units, you shifting sands your villages, and you try and kill off a town center. With all of that, catching your opponent completely by surprise and out of position, and then you can build buildings straight after that on that position with the help of your Pharaoh. And that's something that Ra can do and something that Set can do incredibly effectively. But what often we see with shifting sands is just using our enemy units or something, or shifting sands just the army onto enemy villages, like you would, like say, an underworld passage onto enemy gold miners. That can be strong as well. But I've definitely been finding a lot more success with shifting sanding my villages in tandem with an army, going with that kind of a strategy seems to be a lot stronger. As we see Bast coming through for ChronoJJ. Bast. Alrighty, so ChronoJJ, he is going for Sphinx here, it seems. Does he only have 1 monument? No, just 1 monument. I'm confused to see Bast with only 1 monument. Normally, if you're going for the Bast strategies, as we see a couple of priests moving forward here, the Pharaoh as well going to be looking for some early game harass here. But if you do go for Bast here with Ra, it's often a lot better to get 2 monuments down. We are seeing this town center coming up, so this is the what looks to be the 5:05 advance time here for Miracle, and we'll see if Chrono can put a stop to it as he is moving forward his Pharaoh into his opponent's base. If we see him spotting that, taking a little bit of damage there. The town center is very far back. We do see this priest has spotted this villager here. Where is the Sphinx going? The Sphinx coming forward. Going to be spotting this one. as we see the Oracles coming back. And surely Chrono has to realize that given the score differential that Miracle is going for a second town center here, as the villagers do make it back into the sentry tower there, jumping back into the home base. He's got himself cows, he's got himself the Aurochs here, the Sphinx making his way around onto this position. There will be a automaton though, but with the help of the priest and the pharaoh, it could be enough to stop this one, as Chrono does spot this town center coming up. And what is he going to go for? Does he go for the town center? Does he go for the citizen? He's going for the citizen first, as the pharaoh priest moving in here to see what they can do. But this town center is awfully close to going up, as we'll see the automaton here, the priest turning around. Funnily enough, the automaton almost wins these fights here, as we see the eclipse getting cast here, as it looks like Chrono does not want this town center going up at all. This citizen does get away from here. The automaton does go down. The damage getting done here, as Chrono doesn't even care about any damage that he is currently taking. We'll see the town center getting awfully close to going up here. The Oracle hero getting killed, and the other citizen is indeed going to be going down here, as ChronoJJ starts this game off with an absolute bang here, dealing with two Oracle heroes, finishing off, preventing the town center from going up. Will we see another citizen coming in here? It doesn't look like that's the case here, as we will be seeing another Sphinx coming in. The hero Terma in here though, and unfortunately Chrono not microing that one, pulls his pharaoh back instead. Can definitely kill off hero Termas with one Sphinx here. These two hero Termas are enough to hold for the time being, and Chrono's going to be retreating back home here. What else is happening? He's getting his armory up, going to be advancing fairly soon. This Sphinx going to be leaving this location, it would seem, as the two villages do come forward, and that town center has been delayed a ton, with Miracle only on 8 villages right now. Chrono with a huge advantage in this game, and he's deciding to go for Sekhmet yet again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. While Chrono not winning that last game, having a lot of success with Sekhmet there. We'll see if he can have similar success in this game against the Gaia, but he is going one town center here. One option here for Chrono could be one town center straight to the Mythic Gauge, but it looks like he's going for a town center for himself though, after all that damage has been done. Going to be happy with that one. This term are going to be looking for some raids here onto this food, but the villagers can just walk back home. There is only a handful of cows here, or there are only a handful of cows here in the main base. For Chrono, he's going to be retreating away. There shouldn't realistically be too many villager kills here. One going down, the rest will be retreating. So Chrono's still going to be fairly happy with that one. One random Terma does get picked off here, as the villagers in the middle of the map throwing up another counter barracks. And Miracle going to continue along here nicely. The Slingers doing what they can as those Terma retreat away. And Chrono going to move his own Sphinx in here to maybe take these down. Got to be a little bit careful though. 2 hero Terma, a little bit scary. As the Sphinx comes in, nice micro here from Miracle. The Slingers in, do manage to take down one Terma, as it's going to be retreating away. And Chrono is out again with his sneaky scarabs. We do see a Migdol stronghold. It will get thrown up on this position here. Chrono 1 town center to Miracle's 2 town centers though. And let's check out the economic upgrades that Miracle's managed to get. None. So here's Gaia, and Gaia does have a strong economy if Gaia is allowed to use it. But right now, Miracle losing 2 villages, has his 2nd town center, but at this point his economy is no stronger, or her economy I should say, is no stronger than a Kronos or an Oranos, and effectively losing 2 citizens here. Miracle's in a difficult time, difficult spot. So we'll see how this game is going to eventuate here, as the Pharaoh is getting targeted down, but I'm pretty sure the Migdol stronghold is going to get up here. No problems for ChronoJJ, but Miracle, we've seen him sit underneath these buildings for quite a while. Why not just garrison? Just garrison in the thing. We see the Sphinx going to be coming back in. One Pharaoh does end up coming down, and the Terma will indeed be making a break for it here, as Chrono is going to start making himself camelry. Still very low on the resource count. He's making the villages pretty consecutively here, as Miracle is finishing up his wood. I guess there is one bonus to the economy over the Uranus and Chronos civilizations, and that is the Gaia Forest with the extra wood income. So Miracle does have a slight edge over those civilizations. If we take a look at exactly what that is, you can see the difference between a Gaia Forest and a normal forest is 0.2 something. Or maybe 0.117 or whatever. Whatever it is. More buildings coming down now for Miracle, as he is trying to spam units out as best as he can. Chrono's going to get a little bit upset here. He's going to be losing those units. You can't really be running kind of randomly around spider lairs. You have to be really careful against Gaia. This is why we've been seeing players opt for like more 2 town center players against Gaia a lot more, because then those spider lairs become a lot less significant. Or you make some kind of trash units like Set and send those in to get eaten by the spider lairs. But Miracle now going for the raids. He will try and take down this cavalry. Going to do a nice job of sniping that one down as he does kill that. Not losing. Well, he does lose a Terma or 2 here. But he will get out, and not really any problems here. Looking for some more, some better raids, it would seem. This gold mine in the bottom corner would be good here. ChronoJJ does still have himself Rain, but he doesn't have Shadow, so it's a little bit difficult here for ChronoJJ to get that all sorted. So we see military barracks getting thrown up here for Miracle, and those Terma getting taken out. Granary over here coming up onto this stray elk here. Just a couple of them on that location there. And Miracle wandering forward, trying to finish off what he can, taking out the stray units. ChronoJJ does spot it and does pull that back there. So we see the automatons coming through now for Miracle. Channels coming through watchtowers. His economy starting to look a little bit more like strength here. He's got himself shaft mine, hand axe. The medium Terma retreating away from here, as now Miracle pushing forward with his own units to take these cavalry out. Starting to move pretty aggressively all across the map, but ChronoJJ trying to get these walls up nice and early, trying to get security of the map in as best as he possibly can here. And Miracle's doing a good job of disallowing that, but this villager is getting away with murder here, getting this up. It's always a strong way to do this. Just one lone villager, just send that around, and your opponent's not going to check it most of the time. Not going to have that line of sight early game, so you can get those walls up, slow down raids. You see walls coming up here as well for ChronoJJ, trying to defend this location over here as lots of villagers wandering over here. And we see this wall coming up. ChronoJJ going to attempt to get it up as fast as he possibly can. We're going to retreat the villager, get that one alive, and see what he can actually muster here. As now we see some raids onto this location, but the Terma already over here, going to lose those chariot archers very, very fast if he's not careful here. There's a little bit of micro would be necessary. But ChronoJJ does notice it. Those chariot archers don't die. They probably should have. And you see ChronoJJ trying to finish this wall off, but Miracle gets out, no problems. Good job there, as ChronoJJ deletes the wall to try and chase down those units there. And even after all that's happened here, Chrono's early game being absolute monstrous. It looks like Miracle's kind of sorted out his economy fairly nicely here. Sacred Cat's coming through for ChronoJJ before he even builds a farm in this game, as he's got a lot of gold now. Definitely rain incoming would be a big help, as he's currently zero food income. He does have his berries. He's nearly zero food income. Gaia irrigation coming through as well now for Miracle. This is one of the big bonuses to Gaia, is those cheap farm upgrades, and you can get them all the way up to flood control in the classical age. So Miracle taking advantage of that. Doesn't necessarily need to eat these elk. He doesn't necessarily need to eat the boar. Getting a third town center as well here, and going up to Thea and getting flood control would be absolutely huge, helping that food economy out. As we see ChronoJJ getting a little bit angry here, moving forward, but the bait here with the spider lair, this very, very nice spider lair layout here as well. ChronoJJ not wanting to move through that area. Loses one unit, going to go to a different location here, but Miracle here is already throwing up walls on this position, so he's kind of safe from those raids at this point, as now we see ChronoJJ sneaking around the back here, sees the villagers getting this location up. The Chariot Archers trying to focus those down. We see a Hero Terma getting converted here to deal with said Sphinx, as these units over here have been chased down. ChronoJJ not paying attention. He's losing a lot of Chariot Archers here, it would seem, as he is losing all of them. He doesn't pay attention. He finally starts to retreat away, but too little, too late. Only one Chariot Archer remaining there, as ChronoJJ trying to push through on this location. We see Quarry coming through. Miracle with enough resources now in the bank to go Mythic Age. Is he throwing a marker down? Yes, he is. 100% Mythic Age is going to be the way to go. Will we see Atlas or will we see Hecate here? Both definitely good choices in this matchup, as we see the Scarab coming through. I'm surprised we didn't see Rhea here. Rhea for Gaia is so strong. You just take the Scarab for yourself, especially against Ra. Take the Avenger for yourself. Take the Mummy for yourself. It's so strong, as we see the Scarab does end up going down, and ChronoJJ has to retreat back. But Miracle doing what he can here to keep himself alive, and Hecate is the god of choice. So Miracle going to go for somewhat of a timing here. ChronoJJ, he's got his farm set up, and he's going to be saving this rain, it would seem, for the Mythic Age to block a Hecate or block an Implode for a minute, give himself a little bit of time to prepare. And he does have 30 favor in the bank, so he can easily make a Scarab in that time to deal with any sort of Tartarian Gate or something like that. As we see the Chariot Archer getting taken out, ChronoJJ going back a little bit as the medium Contarias come out, and the Contarias are very, very scary in this point of the game. Cavalry in general are really, really strong in the mid to early late game, before towers get set up. Once towers get set up, they become kind of useless, but before that, they are kind of king. And ChronoJJ is mostly Chariot Archers here, as he stops production pretty much and is looking for a Mythic Age. He gets his town center up over here and start villager production there, throwing barracks down. We'll see where Miracle's going to go with his cavalry, looking for some raids here. Do they have the speedy upgrade? No, they do not. Lance of Stone is coming through, though, for Miracle. So Miracle is wanting to hit some cheeky medium Contarius hero Contarius raids here with that Lance of Stone. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. You do need to have, I think it's something like 100 food per Contarius. Is that right? I guess we'll see when they get converted. As Crenellations is coming through now for ChronoJJ. Lance of Stone is at 95% here, and the rain comes down just as Hecate gets thrown in. And Miracle's got all the resources in the world to make this work, but he is getting chased down by cavalry, so it's a little bit risky to do that here, as maybe more upgrades. Heavy cavalry coming through. Horus coming through now for ChronoJJ, as the wall's coming up here, preventing the cavalry from retreating just a little bit. The town center on its way now for Miracle, as three Chariot Archers get picked off there. One gets converted to the Gaia cause, and the Lampede, with the help of this Symphalian Bird, should be able to deal with these Chariot Archers fairly simply. Not even able to take down that citizen there. As Miracle deals nicely with that raid. So these Contarias searching around for villages. Remember, we did see Lance of Stone, and Miracle's got tons of resources in the bank right now, so he can hit these raids if he so chooses. As the Chariot Archers yet again check this gold mine out. And there is the Tartarian Gate, and he does use that on the temple, preventing any sort of scarabs being made. I'm surprised Chrono didn't build a scarab in that time, but Horus is coming through, so maybe he's just thinking, I'll just use Tornado on that to kind of calm this game down a little bit. But the village is going to be getting taken out. These Tartarian spawns are incredibly obnoxious. We see a temple getting shot up over here. Clearly Chrono wants to get his Avenger up, but also maybe a scarab as well. as the Contarius are going to be swinging around. They could come through this location, break this wall down, take this town center down with the Lance of Stone. He's got 20 Contarius cavalry just pushing in onto this position here. As the units coming over, we've got a siege tower. We've got priests coming through as well. There's the Horus through for ChronoJJ. Will we see that tornado? Or no, it looks like we're not. And there is the Contarius coming through, Champion Contarius, or cavalry coming through with Poseidon's Secret. This is going to be a dead Migdol, and there's going to be dead buildings to boot behind it. Defending against this is incredibly hard. It's starting to see spearmen. So Horus coming through, greatest to the 50 coming through. So these are going to die very, very fast. The Hero Contarius, we've got 14 Hero Contarius here. Chronolations is on the way for Miracle, as well as Bronze Shields. So this town center is not long for this world, especially we've got Masons, but no fortified town centers. The village is going to try and repair this one back up, and then Miracle can just move over onto this town center. These are speedy Contarius as well. They're about to go from 6.05 speed to 6.6 speed here as well. As the champion, or 6.66 speed, I should say, as the champion Contarius come in, we see a tornado onto this location over here. We've got fortified town centers and architects, though. So I don't think, especially with the help of a counter barracks, I don't think this town center is even going to go down here, as this town center going to get taken out incredibly fast here. Yeah, you see 1200 HP remaining, and then the Gaia HP regeneration, building regeneration, going to be coming in here as well. We see some Terma coming in to try and take down these villages. ChronoJJ with 900 gold in the bank, as the Hero Contarius are just too strong as they move in, take down these villages incredibly fast. We do see Chrono on this gold mine over here, and Miracle going to be wandering forward here to take these houses down. And while this is going on, the Tartarian Gate is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. This Tartarian Gate has done absolute work in this game, as the houses getting torn down, the towers getting torn down, bronze weapons coming through, carpenters coming through as well for Miracle. His resources are absolutely gigantic. This town center going to get brought back up, but you could just pop a Stymphalian bird on the top of this one now. We will be seeing the Contarius heroes retreating away, as he's a little bit scared of those greatest of the 50 spearmen, and so he should be, as he's going to be pulling back and potentially looking for a different place to raid. Miracle's got to be wondering where the gold income for ChronoJJ is going to be here, because like he's not, well, he hasn't checked this gold mine just yet, but we do see this town center is back up. Fortified town center is coming up. Chrono is going to be losing that town center very fast to the Lance of Stone units. If you see this, you get a whole 200% bonus damage to buildings to a unit that's already got 18.5 damage. So that's 18.5 plus 18.5 plus 18.5 damage onto these town centers, and it's going to die incredibly quickly here. As one way that Miracle can continue here is to throw down a building, and he will be throwing a watchtower up, which is going to be completely fine here, as we still haven't seen this Tartarian Gate getting taken out, and we finally see a catapult in here to deal with this. The spearmen coming through will take out these Contarius fairly easily with their lances, with their Grace 50, but there's just not enough of them at this point, it would seem, as one village up will end up falling. You do want to heroize these citizen if you can, because if you look at the armory upgrades right now, heroized citizen get that armor as well as build buildings faster. So getting the armor is huge. They won't die to stray spearmen very easily or anything like that. And then building stuff is also very useful as well. As this gold mine is getting closer and closer to falling, we do see the villagers moving over onto this town center to get this one back up. But with the watchtowers coming up on this position here for Miracle, and guard towers to boot, Miracle gets the tower, gets the Gaia Lush, and if you just look at the difference in population and resources here, you can just see the story that Miracle is going to be writing in the history books. Gaia economy is bonkers, as we see the Contarius returning back onto this town center, going to be denying that one for the time being here, as he is trying to set up shop over here. A couple of units are sitting idly by. Would love to see a couple more heroes, hero citizen wandering forward here, as now we see ChronoJJ saying, oh, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness, and it's clear. As we're going to break down the gate here and take out all of these villages. The villagers do have skin of the rhino. They're going to be making a break for it, but where are they going to be going? They can sneak through this gate, I guess, as they try and retreat away. Meanwhile, the spearmen do put a stop to the Contarius over here as the town center is going to be going up fast. The question is, can ChronoJJ pull some ChronoJJ shenanigans or not? Here you see random spearmen getting taken out here. And we do love ourselves some ChronoJJ shenanigans. Does he have shifting sands? No, he's used, or he went past. So he doesn't have any god powers to play with yet anymore. And that town center that was hit by the tornado is already getting itself back up to half HP from just the Gaia abilities here. As we see these towers getting attacked now by the spearmen. You will have to start making units not named Contarius here against these spearmen if your name is Miracle in this situation, because those spearmen do not die very easily. Even if you do have full iron and your opponent's got full bronze or full copper, still not enough. These are effectively champion spearmen plus the extra damage. As will we see an attempt at changing away from Contarius? Not just yet. We see some raids over here. Villagers returning back onto this gold mine here. Flood control coming through now for ChronoJJ. So he is trying to sort of stabilize in a way here. And now the Contarius going to be retreating back. Still more Contarius being made. I'm surprised to see no attempt at moving away. When you see spearmen, you just go infantry. So you just make fanatics and you just make yourself Murmillo is generally the way to go. As we see now, Miracle going for a little bit of a surround here in the buildings, taking control of this area. We are starting to see ChronoJJ making those camel caravans. He's got himself a decent force, definitely a counter army to what Miracle's currently producing, but Miracle's got infinite resources in a big way here. As we said, the houses getting taken down, and Miracle just was like, I just want to use my hero Contarius with Lance of Stone, it seems. Just having a great time in this game, taking down the barracks. We see the Fire Siphon dealing with this siege works over here, and now we're starting to see Dryads coming through as well for Miracle as he's spending all his resources really, really nicely here in this game. We see the Watchtower getting taken out here. There's some villagers in the main base here getting dealt with as ChronoJJ a little bit out of position. He's got his 16 spearmen over here. Those houses all going down. JJ's doesn't matter because he can't support full population here just yet. He's going to have to rebuild those houses. But now we see the spearmen. They're fast, but are they fast enough to catch up as these Contarius coming over here? We do have a little bit of favor in the bank, enough to make a couple more Hero Contarius here. We've got 9 Hero Contarius to take down this town center as the camel caravans coming through. The spearmen will get in here, but are they going to be fast enough? It doesn't look like they will be, but they will get a little bit of damage done onto these Contarius, which is going to be everything, especially as they're running away. And nice job there by Chrono to react, but good job by Miracle to get there first, as now we're starting to see units crashing into the main base of ChronoJJ. The Fire Siphon is here, more pallets getting dropped down all over the shop here as the Heavy Fanatic are coming through, and that is what is the most scary thing for ChronoJJ. He's got his Spearman, but he doesn't want to necessarily transition into Axeman here, as the villagers are now on this gold mine over here, very much defended by their walls, but it's very easy to break in here with those Lance of Stone Contarius here, as he's going to do exactly that. Meanwhile, units crashing into the main base. This gold mine is not long for this world here at all, as the Contarius do decide to turn around, but I think that the Spearman will be winning this fight just a little bit here, as Miracle loses a lot of those units. But while he does that, he can move into more Fanatic and less Contarius here if he so chooses. Breaks down the houses here nicely as he's continuing to push ahead here in this game. Still no trade route set up for Miracle, though he has put the market down, and that is another big advantage for Gaia's economy, is getting channels and coinage to get the super fast donkey or llama caravans, which end up being as fast, as good as an empowered market from a camel caravan. You get the extra 20% move speed, which is equivalent to 20% extra gather rate, and that's what a pharaoh would be giving. As you see, the guard tower hanging out here. The units slowly moving forward. ChronoJJ, 86 of 60 population, is throwing his houses up over here. More barracks going down. Engineers coming through for Miracle as his towers are coming down on this position here. ChronoJJ just does not have the units to defend this one, as we are still seeing raids coming through, preventing this town center from coming back up, and the fortified town center falling on the front, the town center on the back falling. We've even got a Stymphalian bird picking off villagers on this position. Miracle is playing this one incredibly well, as ChronoJJ just simply does not want to give up here. His guard towers going to town on these villages. The villagers pulling back onto the town center. More towers coming up to hold this position nicely here, as we see the cavalry retreating back up onto this top location, take the villagers down. They're not retreating, not doing anything to help secure this position here. One Kontaria is going after a camel caravan as well, as the fire siphon returning back over here. 3 towers though, guard towers to boot. The spearmen do get bonus damage against fire siphon, but he's just going to keep pulling forward and back, trying to push in, waiting on that engineers to get that extra range down. Now going up to 15 range, can shoot from a little bit further away, sitting underneath these towers nicely is going to be great here. So now we even see, oh no, they're just heavy fanatics, but they look like champion fanatics. And the town center under siege yet again. It is fortified town centers. It does have masons, so it is going to be a tough one to deal with. There's more towers coming down here for Miracle, and he's still got tons of resources here. Those llama caravans literally flying across the map. And in that moment, in the 28th minute here, ChronoJJ does end up tapping out, not able to take down Miracle's Uranus, not able to take down Miracle's Gaia, and Miracle does manage to win this series, win this series, and we'll be heading on to the next portion of the tournament, to the main bracket. So congratulations for Miracle here. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.